welcome to the start of Season 3 of the NK Maribor save, and yes, no intro today, we're getting right into it, no starting little video. Obviously we rolled the intro, but right at the beginning, and the amount I'm blabbering, basically I should have just done an intro. We have got the biggest squad known to man in football at the moment, because a lot of the under-19s have come up. We're very early on starting the season again. Our season is starting on the 6th of July. So, yeah, it's very early on. We're playing Levski Sofia in the Champions League. League winners, champions path, first qualifying round, first leg. So, very interesting. What we'll do is we're going to play this first leg, see how it goes. If it's quite one-sided, then we probably won't do the second leg, and we'll focus a little bit more on transfers. But to be honest, transfers are all pretty quiet. We've got Lucas Vega, who has joined now permanently from Man United after his, I would argue, successful loan spell. 28 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 player of the match, 6.86. He's not here to score goals, he's there to keep clean sheets. And he did that quite a few times for us, which was good. 39 appearances overall, 25 starts, 14 appearances as a sub, 1 goal, 1 player of the match. 3 yellow cards, no reds, 1.19 tackle every 90 minutes, 88% successful passing, which I think over 39 games is pretty good. And he gave away 23 fouls and was fouled 7 times. I think he did all right. I reckon it's someone we can always sell for a profit if it doesn't quite work out. So he is in, and then Renato Matos has joined from Benfica. And this guy, slipping straight in as a starting right back. Ounce. Gerard Gomez has moved to FC Andorra for £240. We got him on a free, so technically I'm classing that as profit, even though we've definitely paid him more than 240 quid in wages. But he was never going to amount to anything because we've actually got quite a lot of good youngsters coming through the system at centre-back. So, yeah, we just thought we'd cash in on him. Released players is where it gets a little bit interesting. On the outs, then, Mesut Ozil decided he was going to call it time and retire. So he won the league, he won the cup in Slovenia and thought, that'll do. 11 appearances, 1 assist, 6.76. He is now looking to become a scout, and not a very good one at that. He didn't want to move to us when I offered him a contract to be a scout, so there you go. Spido Pedisic, centre-back. I don't think he ever really played for us. I think he was out on loan. So we took over where there. He played 9 times for us, did okay, and then played 26 times for Selge and did all right. But I didn't renew his contract. We've got better options at centre-back, so he's gone, and it looks like he'll be moving. Is that back to Croatia with Gorica? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I thought I'd know. Yeah, the knowledge is up there somewhere. Blaž Verhervek leaves. 30-year-old Slovenian. Didn't want a new contract with us. I offered him a 1-year deal on a similar salary, and he said no, he wanted a 3-year deal with a £1,000 wage rise. So I said, hell no. 14 appearances, so he didn't actually play that much last season. He's sort of been replaced by Drivicic and Ingreson in the middle. Andrea Kotnik leaves. This guy, I was just... Every time I got a loan report on him, I looked at him and I was like, he's not a very good player. And then as soon as he was no longer at my club, I was like, he might have actually been a bit useful. But he was never going to play at central midfield. He can't play in the midfield role because I just don't feel like he's got the first touch, the tackling. All that sort of stuff lets him down. Then an attacking midfielder who's always going to be behind Ingreson, hasn't got behind Utada, can't finish. First touch isn't brilliant. Yeah, meh. He should get picked up by someone. He's only 26 years old, so he should find a new team really easily. Nino Zaguzli was a youngster who was never going to amount to anything. He was out on loan. He did all right, but again, wasn't going to come back in and threaten the players we've got, and we've got better, younger players at the club. Reni Amir Hilek. It was a bit sad to see this guy go, but again, he wanted a 3-year contract at the age of 34. That was never going to happen. And his physicals had massively declined in the last year. He didn't play very much at all. 15 appearances, a 7.02, so didn't do too badly, getting 2 goals. But yeah, it's a shame to see him go, but I think his time had come. He is listed as a staff and a coach, and again, not a very good one. And then Martin Milek, the right back. Again, he wanted a 3-year contract, wouldn't accept anything below that. I didn't want to have someone here for 3 more years on a wage which was double what he was getting paid. So he's gone. He's out the door. And he's been replaced by a very young Portuguese man who we've just looked at. So, yeah, he had a very good first season. With the second season, he dropped off a little bit, not getting as many assists. But Yeah, he's going to be tough to replace. He was very much attacking. Couldn't tackle. Could not tackle. Wasn't very good in the air, but he has gone. So there you go. That's all the transfers that happened. These are all the Brazilians that are joining us whenever they can, which is the 25th of, 2023. So we're not going to see them for another couple of seasons. We have 8.5 million roughly in the bank. However, it's really difficult to offer people contracts because we can only offer them 2.9k a week because of the wage structure at the company. So we haven't brought anyone in for any money yet. However, we're hoping to soon enough. In terms of players outs, we're trying to get rid of quite a lot of the deadwood. So if we look through here, so Pilic hasn't been registered in our Champions League squad yet because we just don't need him at the moment. We've listed him for 800k. So right at the beginning of the window, Watford bid, and they bid 850k, and I said give us $1 million. They said no. They went and bought a different goalkeeper, and now they're not interested in Piric at all anymore, which is a little bit irritating. Sales and Jerbic are just youngsters which haven't been registered, but they'll probably play in the first team. Martinovic, we're trying to sell at the centre-back. I've done a big comparison behind the scenes about which centre-backs I want to keep, which young centre-backs I think can step up, and things like that. Martinovic, I'm happy to get rid of. And Jerbic, we're trying to send him out on loan with an eye for someone to buy him. He's got good attributes where he needs them. However, strength is really low, jumping reach is low, and he's not very tall. And when you line him up against the other centre-backs, for example, Lucas Sales is just slightly taller, slightly stronger, but then has much better sort of attributes that work in his favour. Mitrovic is staying. Yeah, happy to keep him on board. Stojanovic, Zalatel is probably going to be our starting centre-backs this year. Vid Kodeman is another one who looks okay on paper, but when you compare him to the other people of a similar age at the club, he's probably not going to be the best. So we're going to try and get him out on loan for another season. Ziga Obret. Now this guy, who got voted as the Slovenia Young Player of the Season 2 years ago, again, doesn't look that good, but when you actually match him up to the other people of a similar age, he is pretty good. So I'm hoping we can give him a run out occasionally this season. Philippe Ricarlo is someone we discussed. He was on loan last year at Alumji. Didn't do brilliantly well. I think he'll come into our team and suit it incredibly well. A very attacking fullback. Good pace, good acceleration, agility, balance, crossing, dribbling. Everything you need. Concentration's a bit low, but everything you need is pretty damn good. So I'm excited about him, and his DNAs are incredible, as is Lucas Belga, who has joined us as well as another centre-back after the last year's performances. And yeah, there's just a few people that are dropping down a bit. So Ziga Obret, my only worry there is that his DNA, as we're calling it, for the club isn't brilliant. So that's a little bit annoying. It's actually very interesting. I saw a video the other day about DNA by Fox in the Box, and I didn't know that he was doing this sort of thing as well. He does it with a few more attributes involved. I just take these base ones to go for it. And he was talking about how his saves in FM 2019 and 2020 were based on this sort of thing, and it helped him have a really good longevity save. So there you go. It's not just me that does it. Where do we get to? Players that we're trying to sell. Muktajevic, I think we're trying to get rid of. He's never going to really amount to anything at the club, so I think we're going to try and get rid of him. Zer we'll have to keep. Louis Traore I'm going to try and put out on loan, see if we can get someone to buy of him. Jan Repas. I said at the end of last episode that we'll probably, or the end of last season, I should say, that we're probably going to try and get rid. No one's bid. We had a bid from someone in France. They bid like 1.4k. I was like, no thanks. Yeah, that's 1.4 thousand pounds when he's worth nearly £600,000 or worth £600,000. Trying to sell him. Gamboa we're trying to get rid of. Picabe we're going to try and get rid of. Brest, we're still not sure about this guy. Youngster, 20 years old. Hopefully can get some game time. He is still listed for loan, but we may take him off the loan list. So it goes. Jakupovic we're going to try and sell. He has got a club interested in him. I have no idea who this lot are. From Hungary. There you go. Zalagarezi Torna Agility FC. Hoping that they can stump up some sort of bid for him. Flessange, we've actually got a bid on him. We're trying to get him out the door, which is loan with a mandatory fee of 40k, which I'm quite happy with. And then Zahovic and Vitpotnik is back in the senior squad. He's another one. He's a bit like, I called him Zahovic 2.0. I don't understand how he scored so many goals. I assume it's the technique and the off the ball. And that's maybe technique, off the ball and dribbling are stats that are making a big difference for strikers this season, this series in Football Manager. So, yeah, it'll be very, very interesting. Into the tactics very quickly for this season. I've scrapped off the 3 at the back. We probably will go for a 3 at the back formation at some point because we've got such strong and vast numbers of defenders. But at the moment, I feel like it's going to take away from the attacking outlets that we've got. So we're lining up with a slight tweak to the system. We're going to have 2 complete wing backs. We're going to have Vankas cutting in to support Zahovic. Utara should run. We're trying to teach Utara to run into the channels. So move into channels if he can do that. Although the assistant said, nah, that's useless. I think it'll be okay. Because I'd rather he ran into channels around Zahovic. Vankas to cut in here. Ricarlo to overlap. And then this is where I've tried to go for the old big brain play. We're going to focus down the right so that we overlap with Matos and Guisen and Matko sort of linking as a 3 down here. And then what we've asked Matko and Matos to do is cross to the back post where technically we should be outnumbering them. So with us focusing down the right, we should see Utara and Nguisen drift to come over here, which should take defenders with them, which means there should be gaps over here for Vankas to attack the back post and Bricalo to attack the back post as a complete win back overlapping him. Let's wait and see if it happens. I mean, we're going to find out against Levski Sofia if it happens or not. So we'll be interested in the match engine itself to see what's going to happen. In terms of games that we've played, we've lost 2-1 to Mainz 05. We rotated the team quite a lot in that pre-season friendly, and we played at some pre-season friendlies in the sort of interval between the seasons. Dynamo Zagreb, we beat them 1-0. Slavia Prague, we drew 0-0, and Victor Pilsner, we beat 2-0. So I picked sort of 3 teams here. Mainz was actually organised by my assistant, but these 3 teams I picked because I felt like they would be the sort of people we're going to be playing in the Champions League, Champions Path qualifying legs. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's a tough one. I don't really know where we should be improving the team, and that's what's hard in a Maribor save because our team is clearly already good enough to dominate the league. Clearly, we won it by 25 points last season. So it's about stepping it up enough to challenge for Europe correctly without pissing the rest of the team off by selling them and not playing them. So, because I quite like to keep morale high and playing time and overall happiness quite high, and that's what I've done all through last season. And this season will be a bit tougher because our squad's so big. But yeah, let's see what happens. So I'm going to pick the subs, and then we'll get back for match day. So we're actually going for a pretty well-known bench. It'll be Pereira as the sub-goalkeeper, Mitrovic, Sturm, Svetlin, Bezga and Filler. The only new guy really coming on the bench is Virpotnik, who we know enough about anyway. We've sort of been tracking him through the seasons, hoping he can bring some of that goal-scoring form. Obviously didn't perform brilliantly when we did call him up to the first team last time, but he has got another season under his belt. We could potentially send him out on loan again and go and buy a short-term sort of striker if we need to. But I would like him to step up this season. I'd like it to be Zahovic and Virpotnik as the sort of 2 main rotated strikers. Well, Zahovic being the main striker and Virpotnik coming in as the sort of replacement when he's tired or injured, and we need to do that. So as you can see, we're trying to sell quite a lot of people at the moment, but it's not happening. Oh yes, we need an under-19s manager. I forgot that about because ours didn't get renewed. So you don't look too bad according that you've been recommended by our thing, but we'll put an advert out for that, I think. Let's put an advert out for place advert, coaching. Nope. Is it in here then? Place advert. Nope. How do I do? Under 19 staff. There we go. Place advert, coaching, under 19s manager. Right, let's see who we get applying for that. Okay, so the team is picked. That is what we're going for. 3 players need numbers. Well, Bricalo can come in and take... Oh, he's the left back. I want him to be number 3, really. He can take number 22. Lucas Bezga can have the number 20. I think that's what we had when he was alone. And Renato Matos can take the number 4. I'm happy with him taking the number 4. That's not a problem. And everyone looks pretty happy. We've got 4 players that are a little bit concerned, which is interesting. Mitrovic, Filler, Bezga and Svetlin lack tactical familiarity. They shouldn't do. We played this 4-2-3-1 pretty much all of last season with a few little... This has just had a few little tweaks. Shouldn't put them off too much. But yeah, Karius in goal, Matos, Zalatel, Stojanovic, Bricalo, Vankas, Matko, Otada, Nguisen, Darivic and Zahovic. Oh, I forgot to say, Brahima Otada did have Porto sniffing around him, and I think they've just eased it off a little bit. But yeah, they were before. So we're home for the first leg. I'm going to say a first leg win will do us a world of good. go out there and get it if we can, because I feel like we do need to. Leeds captain's army. What do you see him? I know he can rely on to set the tone and lack of match. How long can he last? You seem to be more knowledgeable about his fitness than I am, so why are you asking me? He's good to go. If he encounters any setbacks, we'll deal with it. We've got a filler on the bench. And so here we go, underway, back to the Champions League again, as we are playing this one out. Look at that football. Look at this. It's beautiful. So Ricarlo up to Vankas. That's a great tackle. Is that... We did all that good. Oh, Karius, what a save. And Karius again. Oh, my God, a double save from Loris Karius. And we were playing lovely football there, and it just didn't pay off. Vankas, ball in towards the near post. He gets it back. Vankas on that side. And Greason. Crossing. Zahovic! Oh, he's at the post. Luka's at the post. What an end-to-end start this is. Free kick. Zalatel has it. Up to Matko. Matko goes out to the left-hand side to Vankas. Vankas shoots, and there it is. I said Matko to Vankas. That was the plan. That was the plan. It went a little bit quicker than I thought it would. But 1-0 up, 8 minutes gone. And look at this. See, we are overloading this side, and it draws the defenders across. And then the ball over the top. Vankas, it's actually his first touch that gets him. His first and second touch gets him away from the defender. Fires it home. It's 1-0. And I'm happy with that start. It's all thanks to Karius, really. Throw into Levski Sofia, Ivanov, probably. Fires it across, and, well, I don't know how Martin Petkov was free in the area there, but they've got an away goal. Are we going too gung-ho? Are we going a bit too gung-ho? We'll lower it to positive. Nadenov into Ivanov. Why do I keep saying Ivanov? Ivanov just fired across in low, and he just lost his man. It's terrible defending. And it's, 1-1 throwing for us. Matos into Matko. Brahima picks up the loose ball. He's tackled. And Greason shot left-footed past the post. Not the best of efforts. Half an hour gone. Stojanovic over the ball. Drivicic. Back to Stojanovic. Oh, Vankas has given it away. He's got a goal, but that's a poor pass. And that's an even worse pass. Stojanovic brings it out from the back. And Greason. Over to Pozeg Vankas. Pozeg Vankas back in field. Shoots. He's shot straight at the keeper. Mayaholov with an easy save at the end of it. Half time. 1-1 here at Lushkova. You can see they started well. Then we got back into it. And then they took over. And then it's sort of been tit for tat in terms of XG. 7 corners each. 5 fouls. 3 fouls. 2 yellow cards for them. None for us. Interesting. Pump fist. We've been the better team. I'm going to assertively sort of tell them there's more to come and see if that gets them going a little bit. Ricarlo is nervous, which you could understand. His first game for the club. At the moment, we're just not getting Luka Zahovic in the game. 6.5 for Utara as well. And if he doesn't play well, we struggle. We do struggle. Renato Matos on a 6.5 at right back. We'll leave it a little bit longer. We'll give them a little bit of time to sort this out themselves, I think. So the ball's cleared. Matos keeps it alive. He should get this back again. He does. And he seems to be a bit more lively. Drivicic out to Matos again. Matos back to Greason. And Greason, Matos. Put in. Zahovic is there. Oh, he's bouncing all the way through. It's gone in. Renato Matos on his debut. I don't quite understand how that's happened on the hour mark. But Renato Matos has whacked in a left-footed cross. And Zahovic jumped. It all put the keeper off. He completely misjudged it. 2-1. I'll take it. I will take it. Goal kick taken short by Karius, Zalatel, Stojanovic, Drivicic. Pozeg Vankas has it over the top. Looking for Luka Zahovic. Luka Zahovic tries to go. Oh, it's a great little run from LZ90, but it's a poor pass at the end of it. Drivicic. Out to Ricarlo. Back to Drivicic. Down the line to Ricarlo. The youngsters got forward in towards Luka Zahovic. Headed away. Brahima. Drivicic. Ricarlo. Drivicic again. Ricarlo. We're just keeping the ball well. Trying not to do anything too risky. That's a lovely ball through to Pozeg Vankas. Vankas is in. Easy save from Mihailov though. 20 minutes to go. I'm wondering if we just... I mean, Atada is not having a good game, so I'm going to use that as an excuse to drop into this more defensive, let's say, formation. As Utada's going to come off to be replaced by Svetlin in the middle. We'll keep Nguisen as a man running up to support Matko and keep that front three on attack and go from there, I think. And then we're going to shout at them and say, well done. Keep it up with a bit of praise. So it's a highlight. Looks like Valevski Sofia, but that's a good header from Stojanovic. Svetlin. Stojanovic goes all the way out to the other side, and Matko's taking advantage of the defender having a little snooze. Matko, oh, that's a poor pass. He went back to Ingreisen and it was easily intercepted. Petkov's got quite a lot of work to do here. Ingreisen gets back at him. Matko intercepts. Darifusic up to Luka Zahovic. Ingreisen. Svetlin over the top looking for Zahovic. Oh, it's a poor pass out. Zahovic, he's missed it. He's missed it, and I've just remembered I want to swap those two over because Svetlin is actually more of a natural Mazzala. Pozic Vankas in, headed away. Stojanovic can't get there. Ivanov brings it out, but not too much happening at the moment. 10 minutes to go. Okay, second sub. Third and final sub. Clem Sturm's going to come on to replace Bracalo. The youngster has had a decent enough debut on a 6.6. He's on a yellow card though, so we'll take him off. And Luka Zahovic off, and Zan Vipotnik is going to come on for the final part of the game. 7 minutes to go. Mateo up to Sonev, Nashev, Iliev. Nashev tries to go long. Karius makes it look dramatic, but I don't mind that. He did it well. Caught. He held on to the ball. That's all that matters. 5 minutes to go. Karius goes long with a kick to nobody. Intercepted by Sturm though. Vankas over the top. Vipotnik. Zan Vipotnik can't get there, and that's the lack of strength. It is, and the long kick is intercepted again. Vankas on the left. He's still going, cuts it back, trying to look for Vipotnik again. Vankas picks it up. Darivusic. In he goes, back post. Matko! 3-1. It's much more comfortable. That is much more comfortable. Lovely cross, that one from Darivusic, who, not too sure what he was doing all the way up here. He's a holding midfielder, but I don't mind if he's putting in a cross like that. Matko at the back post. Lovely header. 3-1. Gives us a bit more breathing room now going into the second leg. Lovely stuff. It's not over yet. 4 minutes of injury time. Nashev for Sofia. That's just cleared away, and Karius will have this one. Out to Svetlin and Greason. And Greason gets round one into Vankas. Vankas given... Oh, they've just parted like the Red Sea. Oh, what a hit. Unlucky. Unlucky. And that is full time, a 3-1 win. It was, again, just neck and neck, wasn't it? We just nicked it at the end for XG, but I'm very, very happy with that one. Very pleased with that result. Just got to make sure that we keep it up for the second leg, which I guess we'll come back for. We were excellent and we deserved it. An early goal is always a bonus. Lovely stuff. Yeah, great start, that one. Really good starting performances as we turn our dominance into victory. Maybe we don't need to come back for the second leg if we dominated it that much. But Matos, the right back, scored with a left-footed fluke, and he's got himself off to a fantastic start in Maribor colours. I feel like this episode may be a bit longer than I anticipated anyway, but we're going to go forward and I'll come back if there's any transfer news. Okay, I said we'll be back with transfer news. There's been literally none. Nothing's happened. We're still trying to move on lots of people before we can really bring anyone else in, because the squad is so big because of this under-19s problem where they get too old for the under-19s, they have to come up because they can't play under-19s football anymore. So basically we're trying to get as many loan deals as we can, as many sales as we can done, and then see what we need really, and we'll see how it goes from there. So we are going to do the second game against Sofia in this episode. We're just going to do the goals. I'll just come back for the goals and show you the 3D replays of the goals that are there, and we'll see if we get through. But we have that 3-1 lead from the first leg, so let's see if we can take that with us. I'll pick the squad and then we'll go through it and then we'll be back. So this is how it's going to line up. Karius in goal, Matos, Stojanovic, Zelatel, Bracalo, Darivusic, and Greason, Utara, Matko, Pozeg, Vankas, and Zahovic up front. We're going to start attacking. I want to go and get an away goal and then drop back into a bit more of a defensive shape. On the bench, Pereira, Mitrovic, Filler, Svetlin, Bejga, Meher, and Vipotnik as well. So Rock Meher comes back in to the senior squad after his loan out to wherever he was last season. I can't remember, but he played pretty well. They're lining up, I think, in a similar squad. Martin Petkov is the guy that scored the goal last time. So the first leg means nothing. This is a brand new match. Make sure we go and win it. I do think we've got enough about us to potentially be very, very, very close to getting in the Champions League group stages. Yeah, I certainly trust him. I know he's capable. He's very good. Philippe Ricarlo. So here we go. We'll be back for the goals. So just to update you folks, 25 minutes in. Not one highlight yet. Half an hour in. First highlight, I might as well talk about it because we haven't had any. So they've won the header to Sonov into Petkov. Back to Sononev. Mateo lays it in Matos with a good interception there. I'm hoping that these two fullbacks really do give us a bit of an edge. That's a terrible pass forward, though. Galabov is there. Sonev puts it wide. What is it about his name that I can't say? Petkov has scored again against us. It's 3-2. Ivanov. Why do I keep saying Ivanov? Galabov, probably, because I'm like that. Sonev, Ivanov, cross. It's just such an easy header. It's such an easy header. Why is no one marking him? Come on. So half time, it's 1-0 to the home team, Levski's Sphere, but as you can see, we've been the better team in the game. We hit the bar, the angle of crossbar and post just before half time from a header from a corner. So yeah, we've got an aggregate lead. Let's make sure we hold on to it. I think that's the right thing I want to say. I might change to our more defensive formation now and just sit like this for a while, see if it helps us out. A bit more balanced, a bit more compressing the space rather than going to press, and obviously gives us that holding midfielder in front of the back four as well. So we've scored, but LZ90's goal will be disallowed for offside. Svetlin crossfield ball to Vankas, and it was just in front of the play, Luca. It was a lovely little toe poke finish on the volley, but it stays 1-0 Sofia, 3-2 on aggregate. We're ticking down in injury time. They haven't really launched the kitchen sink, and it doesn't look like it's coming. And well, we go through. Is that first game the 3-1 win? I mean, they really didn't do much in the second half. We carried on looking for a goal, but I'm very happy with that. We're through to the next round, and that's all that matters. Difficult time, managed to emerge victorious on aggregate. How do you feel? Over the 2 legs, we definitely deserved it. I think we did. We were much better than them over 2 legs. Happy with that. And we're going to be playing Urate Yurivaran from Armenia, who surely can't be that good. Like, there's no way. Okay, they beat the champions of Wales, the New Saints, so I'm pretty confident we're going to be all right. I'm pretty confident we're going to be all right in that one. We'll be back for, well, potentially I'll probably play the first leg again because I want to focus a bit more on transfers because you guys seem to be interested in more of the transfers than these edits. We'll do the first leg off camera and then we'll come back for the second leg with the transfer update and maybe look at some players as well. We just need to get rid of some of this deadwood, and hopefully when we report back in the next episode, that is what would have happened. We would have slimmed the team down with loans and transfers, and then we'll be looking at bringing new faces in to bolster the squad a bit more. So I look forward to going through it all with you in the next episode, and I really hope you enjoyed that one. We're through to the second qualifying phase of the Champions League, Champions Path to Glory. For now, I'm out. Cheers.